About D-Day, the myth also about D-Day and the fighting in Normandy is that the American soldiers were exceptionally brave, exceptionally capable, just all-around better soldiers than the Germans. Some of you may remember a very popular American television series called Combat, which appeared for several years, starring a man who was portrayed as Sergeant Saunders. And week after week, day after day of this show, he and his small team of American soldiers, characterized by their cool bravery, were able to easily defeat larger numbers of wooden-headed German soldiers. And of course, every country likes to feel that its soldiers are brave, but the Combat series and American motion pictures emphasize this portrayal of American soldiers as not only fighting the good fight, fighting on the side of freedom, but also being exceptionally capable and good soldiers. Well, that also is a myth. The British, a British historian, Max Hastings, who's an outstanding military historian and also was editor of the Daily Telegraph and the Evening Standard newspapers, is the author of an important 1984 book entitled Overlord, D-Day and the Battle for Normandy. He wrote in this book, "The inescapable reality of the battle for Normandy was that whenever Allied troops met Germans on anything like equal terms, the Germans nearly always prevailed." Hastings went on to write that this was because the Allies in Normandy faced the finest fighting army of the war, one of the greatest the world has ever seen. This is a simple truth that some soldiers and writers have been reluctant to acknowledge. During the war, the senior ground commander of British forces in Italy, Sir Harold Alexander, wrote a letter in which he spoke about the quality of the German troops. In a letter to the British Army Chief of Staff, Alexander wrote, "Unfortunately, we are fighting the best soldiers in the world. What men!" And he ended it with an exclamation point.